DJI Mini 2 3D printed bits. You can get lots of these pre-designed bits. I think we found most of these on Thingiverse. And I got a friend, thank you Stephen, who likes to print stuff. He sells some of his stuff commercially, not these yet, but it could be sold if they're allowable to be sold. And what we've come up with is these. We've got two Cree light holders. This one I've shown in a previous video, and a smaller one. We've got 4 feet to raise the height of the drone just a little bit. We've got some skids, effectively the same thing. We've got a controller, joystick controller protector. We have a battery compartment, a single battery. We also have a battery extractor, which does extracting the battery, especially from the drone, quite a bit easier. Biggest thing, which is pretty cool, we've got a little case for the drone. It's not quite fit. I need to file it down a bit. Some of the 3D printing is a little bit rough at the bottom, but that's just the nature of 3D printing. So it opens up. I've got the lid and the body. And it's very snug. It really doesn't rattle around in there at all. You need to have the blades like that. And if you're like me, you don't like putting, I found the thing quite cumbersome to put on sometimes, so I didn't always do it properly. I don't now bother with the gimbal protector either. It just sits in there, and yeah, this works for me quite well actually. So we'll just open this up and I'll show you how some of these things fit on. And I don't have the weights for the bits that attach yet. I shall weigh them and put them in the video down there. So we've got the skids, and that just very simply pushes on like that. It's not gonna come off. So that just raises up the height of the drone by, what's that, 2 to 3 centimeters ish, give or take. So that's that, and that just pulls off again. The feet, they just push on, very simple, just held by friction. They just slide on like that. Again, it just raises the height. So if you're on gravel, sand in the forest, when I was doing the bluebells, I was landing on loose mud, dirt, and it was blowing the dirt up everywhere. So hopefully this will save some of that dirt getting into the insides. We've also got, well, we've got this, which I explained in the previous video. This was the Cree light holder for 2 that sits underneath. The idea being you can tell left from right, to which way it's rotated, but found with it all being so close together, it didn't really work very well. So I've got it, but I'm not going to use that again. What I do have is a smaller version of the Cree light holder. It's much smaller. So the light Cree drops in there. That pulls over that way around, clips around the front. Cree's not in properly, hang on a second. Oops. Clips on the front, and that just pushes on the side there. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, that's on. Okay, that's not quite on. There we go. Now we're on. And that just folds down there, and you can just about, still just about, nope, maybe I can't. So I need another 3D printed thing to, oh there we go, just about turn it on through the little gap there, but ideally you're going to do that with it off, with this off, I think, much easier, just do it that way around. So that's that. We've also got, yeah, that's turned off, the battery extractor, which makes, I know some people have problems pinching this, fingers are too fat or they've got arthritis, or, but this makes it easier. So you put that over the top, click on the bottom, and it pulls the battery out a lot easier than using your fingers. Actually, it really does, especially if your fingers were cold maybe, which they quite often are when you're flying a drone, or at least mine are. That's that. We've got this little battery compartment, which I'm going to get some more of these done, and it just lets the battery sit protected in a thing. The other thing we've got here are these joystick protectors. Again, if you're like me, so I'm just watching some starlings outside, baby one and a adult feed on the grass. If you're like me and you're lazy, you don't put things away properly every time, these just help to protect. I mean, I could untie them and put them away, but yeah, I'm lazy, so I don't do that. So I just normally store it, something like that, and I just put it away, and that's enough to protect everything. It's good enough for them. The back. So these are the bits I've got. I'll just turn this thing off before it turns itself on and blinds me. What do you think? Obviously these things are meant to be bright, but do not look at them. They will ruin you. So that's that. That's that. No. Got to take these bits off. Again, these are just held by friction, so but they don't feel like they're going to come off in normal flight, and that just fits around. It just collapses as normal. The blades need to be level, like that, before you insert it. It's a very tight fit, very fine tolerances with 3D printing possible, and that just clips on, he says. Yeah, there we go. And I like it because it's small, it's just the smallest possible thing, and it protects it pretty well. There's no padding, but it does a pretty good job. Good enough for me. So these are the bits we've got. Don't think we've found anything else to print yet. These are the main things. What I'm already using the cases. I will use that. I will use the Cree light holder. This one's defunct. Probably won't use the feet. Ooh, one more thing I did mention in the previous video as well. We've got a lanyard holder as well, which I think is really good. So that just fits onto the top of the thing thusly. When the phone's in, that's really secure, and I really like that. That's a really useful addition, and I think better than the commercially available options. So I've just got to put a bungee around it. I did a separate video on that, which you can find, I'm sure. So those are the bits. So I won't use those. Possibly use that, especially if it's cold. You've got gloves on maybe. We'll use those bits. We'll use that. Thank you. I hope that was useful. Someone, somewhere. Back to a cup of tea now.